At first glance you go, oh, this looks like it's just a straight combo, but like, of course that's our main goal. But really, I love playing the longer game when we have to, with like stone coils and hanger back walkers. Like, I like the addition of the hanger backs.
Yeah, the hanger backs are
yeah,
really
it's
cool.
kind of funny. Like, we're all like,
I think you won some games with those, right?
yeah, we had some games like with the 7-7, 8-8, 9-9 stone coil, and the opponent's like, yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah, the best thing is if you play against like something like control, and it goes to like turn 8 or 9, and you just go like tendrils into tendrils, and it's just like too much for them to handle.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So let's jump into a league here and see what we can do.
Do you want to keep with the pack negations? Because I'm kind of thinking maybe it's just me, but I would lean more towards
Veil of Summer?
Veils, but if you wanna stick with the packs, that's fine with me.
I think I got Veils already as well, so we could just like, that's a straight swap. So Veil is gonna...
And everything else was cool.
Veil is gonna give us a little bit more combo, a little bit more game against some combo decks. This card is not that common on here on Magic Online right now, but also on there. Just like trying to see. I mean, if we go really long against control, if there's like band control, those are probably gonna be better as well. So let's see. I guess we would bring in like defense grids and stuff. Let's try that.
Do you think that might be too much to bring in versus just straight blue decks, or?
There's really only like
then we got the
miracles.
Carpets.
Yeah, there's really only like band miracles. So we probably bring in like those 5, like 3 Veil of Summer, 2 defense grid, and then we take out a couple of shield spheres, Phyrexian Walkers, Ornithopters, like from this lot, or maybe even like a Lotus Petal, or maybe even a Cradle, if our plans to go long. We could even take out a couple of Cradles if we want to bring in more Carpet of Flaws, but Carpet of Flaws is more like for the Delver matchup, right? So against Delver, that's actually the one where we might be overloaded on sideboard cards, because we definitely bring in carpets, we bring in defense grids, and then technically we also want to bring in the Veil of Summers, at which point we are like at 9 cards or something. How many? Like 4? 3? Yeah, that's 9 cards. And then we start like having to sideboard out quite a lot.
Taking out glimpses.
Cable therapies maybe even, because those are basically the same as Veil of Summers and defense grids. But probably not all of them. Maybe like a Tendrils. Maybe Stone Cold Serpents. I think we started those out a couple of times against Delver. But I could see both, especially with Carpet. It's much easier to get good Veils off, because that's something that's like better with Pact. With Pact you don't have to spend the mana. But if we actually leverage the Carpets, we might be able to just easily get in the Veils and get value that way. Suimaster is asking in chat, do you ever cut ad nauseam? Rarely, right? I can't really imagine.
I never have. That's really my game A, my plan A.
Yeah. By the way, Walked Airplane, thank you so much for sharing the Prime. So yeah, I'm super happy about the carpets. There's so many Delver players out there. I really want to just like get a carpet or 2 down and then just like see them suffer. Okay.
And they're like, Wasteland, no! My plan is foiled.
Sometimes, if you have 2 carpets, they might even consider wastelanding themselves, because that's -2 mana for you. It's so bad.
How's your day been?
Good. I'm trying to stick to the thing, because in Germany we have this thing called Kurzarbeit, which means you don't have to work the full day, but you also don't get paid your full wage, and that's like something that's especially going on during COVID. And previously I would still like work way more than I should have, and now I'm really like trying to stick to just working as much as I have to, because like if I really should work more, then I should just like be paid more again, like my regular wage. So that gives me a little more time to take care of other stuff like cooking, doing sports, playing Magic Online.
Making sushi.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Making sushi.
You just reminded me, I still have some salmon here. I'm probably gonna... Actually, do I have time tomorrow? Tomorrow morning we're gonna record the podcast. Sunday I'm going to the beer garden. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Maybe some sushi again. Oh, I love it so much.
Been like a full week since I've had it. It's too long.
Do you make it yourself, or do you order it?
It's been a long time since I've made it myself. Usually I get it from a place nearby and they have a really good lunch special. It's like $15 and you get
that's sweet.
You get a whole bunch of stuff and a miso soup and everything.
Yeah, $15.
But
that's
before
like
I've made it 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the past I've made it at home, but it's not quite as good. The rice is difficult.
The rice is the hardest part of the deck.
Yeah.
of sushi. Yeah. So how is this gonna work out? We got like 2 mana guaranteed, 3 mana guaranteed. I guess we could like cast a Stone Coil Serpent for 1 on the first turn, and then on the second turn we're gonna have like 1, 2, 3, 4 mana guaranteed, and then we can see how we go from there.
Kind of half a half on this. I mean, me personally, I'd send it back, but it's workable.
You'd send this back? Really?
I would try to get something like super quick, but let's try it.
Okay, the thing is, like, we don't know what the opponent's playing. Because if the opponent's playing, like, something like Force of Will, then I'd rather be the guy who already has, like, Stone Cold Serpent and Hangerback Walker in play when we cast Ad Nauseam, because, you know, there's like, at least a word. And we have the option to turn 2 Ad Nauseam if we draw anything that adds +1 mana. Or at least, like, turn 3, which might still be good. So I'm actually quite happy about this hand, honestly.
Okay, yeah, let's keep it.
Opponent's gonna be so confused when we go Stone Cold Serpent.
Bold move, opponent. Bold move.
Here we go. Snake. Have you played Metal Gear Solid?
I have not. Well, is that... I played, like, the old school Metal Gear.
The one on the Nintendo? So not the PlayStation one?
The ones that would be in the arcades, like at the pizza places.
Oh, okay, so the ancient one. I haven't played that one. Okay, so now we could actually go for Ad Nauseam, but we will run into days if I counted correctly. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we can either run into days or we wait a turn.
Do you want to just play out the Hangerback?
Yeah, I think I want to play out the Hangerback. And also have this one available. Actually, you know what? We can actually like make a pretty decently sized Hangerback. Like we run these ones out as well. Okay, so that makes sense. So we just let that happen.
They're afraid.
Yeah. They're just being swarmed by like little guys. You know, one day Beastmaster's Ascension in the sideboard, and then we just like turn these sideways twice and they're all gonna be giant. Preordain. Bottom, come on, do it. Bottom it is. No wasteland one. Oh. But we can keep growing the Hangerback. The Hangerback survives. Should probably like grow it right away. Cable Therapy. So we could either Cable Therapy them, but I'm not sure what I'd really want to name here, or we can just like grow the Hangerback and keep the Lotus Petal around. Is there anything that comes to mind for you that you want to like Cable Therapy here?
I would probably just side with growing the Hangerback.
Yeah, I like that. It's funny, if this thing ever gets like 4/4, it becomes really awkward for them. Oh, Grix is okay. Okay, Mr. Pyromancer. Well, we got our own kind of Pyromancer.
Ours is cooler.
Okay, so now we got 4 mana.
Maybe now we Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, and name Force of Will.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do it now, because next turn if we draw a mana source, we're gonna have exactly 5 mana, but then we still... Actually, we could flashback for days, so that wouldn't be an issue. I don't hate that. Let's try that. I wonder if they're gonna Force of Negation this, if they have it. They probably want to. Okay, they let herself. So they probably consider days, honestly. just to eat our Lotus Petal. Yeah, there's a Daze as well. Okay, so we take the Forcifer. These are the revealed cards, so the Force is gone. So next turn they can go for the Gurmag Angler. They're gonna have Daze and Preordain available. I
Do you think we should just flash back right now for the Daze?
I don't think that there's a reason to, right? Because if we flash back next turn and they draw a Daze, then we can hit both. And if we flash back next turn and we hit the Daze and then we see a Force of Will with a pitch card, then we know that we can't go for it yet. I'm wondering whether I want to go in with the Hangerback Walker, but probably not. No, I think Hangerback is too valuable. Because if we you always have to consider, like, yeah, what happens if we don't draw a way to combo next turn? Then we just keep growing the Hangerback Walker. Eventually the Hangerback Walker might actually become bigger than the Gurmag Angler.
Yeah, let's hold him back.
They really want to preordain first here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Did you see some of the other cards that were spoiled? Like, I'm super excited for basically Greenborg, the green Urborg. Because elves can just like do something.
I haven't checked. I've only seen maybe about 10 of the cards so far because I just glanced at them. Did they put some more spoilers out in the last couple of days too?
Yeah, a lot. And a lot of seemingly like near broken stuff. Like really, really good stuff. Okay,
anything you think is ban worthy?
Yeah. But the thing is, they put out some stuff for Blue-Red Delver. Like kind of like a new Delver, but the original Delver is better. But this is gonna make the Blue-Red Delver deck better in the first place. So you would like start considering whether you want to touch Delver instead of keep touching cards they print that are good enough for Delver but not as good as Delver. So yeah, we will see. So here we got 5 mana and we can flashback for 4 days. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, let's flash it back.
I think we just get rid of the. Let's get rid of the Ornithopter here. And they should really Daze here, I think. I'm actually quite surprised that they cast Preordain, yeah. Just forgot to take it off. And they went bottom, that's good for us. Yeah, here's the thing, if we pay, it's awkward either way. We know one of the cards in the hand, that's our Volcanic Island. We can pay and get like a free shot at Force of Will, or we can be here and say, okay, they don't have Force of Will, especially since they went bottom on the Preordain. So I kind of want to go for it here, really.
I would go for it, yeah.
Let's not pay.
Our chances are in our favor.
Let's do that. Let's see how this works. He's nothing one time. Yes. Okay, cool. So remind me again. We find Lotus Petal. We find a bunch of rituals. Oh yeah, we have Culling the Weak as well. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, let's try to not lose to Lightning Bolt because that's the only thing they can really have that interacts with us. We can go pretty low.
We could still go down to 5, right? Or would we stop?
No, we have to stop at like 9, right?
8?
If I remember. Because on 9, if we reveal ad nauseam, then we go to 4, and then we can survive. So yeah, we basically have to stop at 9. I think
we already have enough.
Yeah. So we got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is good enough for sure. Just get a couple of those out.
So what's this Ragavan?
It's I think this is a 2/1. For 1 red. I don't remember whether it's a 2/1 or a 1/2, but it's a legendary monkey. And when it attacks and it connects with your opponent, you get a treasure token, and you reveal the top card. You exile the top card of their deck, and until end of turn, you can actually play that card. So since you have a treasure token, oh, it's a 2/1. Okay, so since it's a treasure token, you're gonna get mana of any color. And that even sticks around, so you can keep it for later, which is pretty insane, because not only is it gonna give you a tempo boost, it can even potentially give you card advantage, and it's pretty aggressively like sized a 2/1 for 1, and it has dash, which is the thing where you pay a colorless and red, and it comes in with haste, and then at the end of the turn or combat, it goes back to your hand again. And I think that's really good. I think the other thing they have is even better. The one that's a 1/1 with Surveil that turns into a 3/3. But yeah, both of those are really, really good. Cool. So where was I? Here we go. Dark Ritual, please don't daze this. I mean, it would be quite surprising if they had daze for this. You know what? I kind of want to Cable Therapy them just to get an idea of what they have in hand. Just gonna name Lightning Bolt. Doesn't really make much of a difference. Oh, they've got nothing? Okay, cool. So, let's cull some weak. Culling the weak here, culling the weak there. And we're already there. Easy game.
Too good start.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the other one is a 1/1 for 1 red. And I think when you play a non-creature spell, you surveil 1. So basically you look at your top card and you can either put it in your graveyard or keep it on the top. And when you have 4 different card types, so basically Delirium, then it becomes a 3/3 flying, and it must attack every turn if it can. So that thing is actually going to turn into a Delver pretty quickly. And even though it has to attack, it's another really, really great 1-drop. And the Surveil works well with so many things. Like, you can use it to clear a Brainstorm, kinda. And yeah, I think that card is especially going to be good. The awkward thing about, I think, Ragavan is that it's legendary, so it's a little bit harder to play it as a 4-off, even though you really want it on the first turn. So maybe that's still worth it, because not only do you really want it, your opponent also really wants to kill it. So that makes more sense again, right, to play it as a 4-off then. So that's what I'm looking at.
They're just going to keep killing them, you're going to want to keep playing them.
Yeah. So it might be worth it as a 4-off. As one of those cards. So, Delver, huh? I think 4 carpets is a given. Veil of Summer we talked about, and defense grids, right? So, what can we take out? Initially I was like, we can take out one of these, one of these, one of these.
I take out Glimpses versus Delver. Like 2 glimpses.
Oh, 2? Okay.
Just because we're diluting.
That's true, that's true. I keep forgetting that this deck is a lot lighter on creature than elves. And elves you have like 30 creatures or something. And this one we have, like right now we got 18. Now we're about to take a couple more out. I think I can always take out like a Tendrils in this kind of deck.
Yeah.
And then probably like Cable Therapies. I don't hate Cable Therapies, especially with Carpet of Flowers now that I think about it.
I really like the Cabal Therapies.
Let's keep 3 and take out like a, I don't know. They're not really trying to kill our creatures. Maybe a Cradle.
But take out a Cradle since they're wastelanding.
Yeah, but that makes me actually want to keep the Cradle since they're wastelanding. So we can have more, but we already have like a lot of mana. Like, I'd rather like take out like maybe even like a Culling the Weak or a Dark Ritual, but yeah, maybe that's the way to go. Let's try. Actually, but are we really gonna have that many creatures around? You're right. Let's try this, okay.
I just have to mull a little more aggressively.
I don't like mulliganing. That's one of my main credos as a Magic player. I don't want to mulligan. You can't go down to 6 if you always keep 7. But this hand is not that great, honestly. Yeah, we probably gotta ship this one. There's no plan. This one is Carpet and Whale and Ad Nauseam. Now all we're looking for is like mana and maybe a discard spell or protection. Actually, I really like this one. But
this is cool.
Gotta send something back. Either a land, but land is probably like too greedy. Maybe a Walker. Like, we probably want to keep those 2 lands.
The Phyrexian Walker? Or?
Oh yeah, they're both Walkers. the Phyrexian Walker, yeah. Like, I think this one is
let's
like,
put that the Phyrexian.
Yeah, cool. And then run out the Carpet first turn, so... Oh, they're on the play? Oh, okay. Totally. I was thinking maybe we're on the play again. Because why would we not? I always want to be on... I always want to keep 7 and I always want to be on the play. Okay. Guess the Bayou is a given. kept 7. So should we just like run it out into potentially days? Or do you want to keep it? Okay, I almost kind of want to like keep it around. So if they really want to fight over it,
keep it around.
Okay, cool. So we just hope we don't
get
wastelanded
next turn
here.
if we have to, or
yeah, I think it might actually be worth to protect it with Whale. They didn't play a wasteland. That's good for us.
You have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Oh, did I? Ooh, now look at this. You could actually like Whale this. I think that's pretty good, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's try that. I mean, if they have days, they have days, but we didn't put Whale into our deck to not play Whale here. Oh man, that would be so sweet if it worked. Oh, they forced it. Okay, now that's really good for us. I mean, they're probably going to take the ad nauseam. But them forcing the Whale, wow. They are down to 2 cards. Maybe we can actually raise them with Hangerback Walker. I mean, if they let us keep Carpet and Hangerback Walker, there's a real chance, like, this goes all the way. I mean, if they have removal, okay, that sucks, but they might not have that much removal post-part. They take me ad nauseam, okay, I guess so. And they get an island. Man, can you imagine how good Carpet of Flowers would be if Wizards ever printed like Urborg for islands? It's just like, every turn you get as much mana as your opponent has lands. Easy, 1 mana, cool card.
Sign me up.
I mean, they just did it for forests, who knows? Okay, 2 cards on top, so Deva's probably gonna flip.
Would you play that in... Well, I guess there's no need to play in Elves, obviously, but what would you play that in?
I would totally play that. Or which one do you mean? Like the one that turns everything into forests?
The forest?
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be played in Elves. That's really, really
nice.
good.
Oh, then you don't have to... Then once your fetches are offline, yeah, it turns your fetches
well, that's
back on.
That's like reason number 16 or something. The main reason is if you have Curion Ranger, you can use your Cradle and then bounce your Cradle back to hand because all of a sudden it's a forest. Yeah, and you can replay it on the same turn. Cool. You can use your Cradle twice a turn.
Oh, that's rad. That's cool. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's the most exciting thing to me right now. I mean, I'm just gonna play it as a one-off, and if you draw it, you draw it, and if you don't draw it, that's fine. But it excites me quite a bit. So...
Do you want to wait on playing the hanger back, or...
I'm wondering what we
bigger?
could do. Like, we could make it a 2-2, like with the help of Dark Ritual, and play around days. Or we could like make it a 1-1, but that's really not exciting. Might as well do it next. Like next turn, we're gonna.
I'm thinking about doing it next. Yeah, if we can get out of bolt range right away, that'd be cool.
Let's do it next turn. We have time.
We'll have 6 mana.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 mana even, right? Oh yeah, but we can only use 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still in bolt. Oh, they drew Fatal Push. That's really good for them because that takes this one out. But it also means they can't counter ad nauseam if you draw it, because the only other card they have in hand is Fatal Push. Nauseam 1 time? No, okay. So now we could make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could make it a 3-3. The thing is, if we wait a turn, we can make it a 4-4. And I mean, it's gonna die right away either way because of Fatal Push. But if we try to make it a 4-4, we play into days. On the other hand, we previously made a really good play with Whale of Summer that they could have days that they did not. So they would have needed to find days within the last 2 or 3 turns. And one of the cards they found is Fatal Push that we just like solved the Deva, so that's not it. I think I would wait here. Because we also have the out of drawing Cable Therapy, so we could Cable Therapy the Fatal Push and like just take another hit of the Deva. And making 4 tokens instead of 3 feels like a lot better.
Yeah, let's hold it back.
Oh yeah, and the one thing, I think I talked about it before you were here, is that turning everything into forests means that you can play Elfish Champion if you want to. I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough, but since it gives all your creatures forest walk. Well, Ruffalos...
No, I'm just
probably
kidding.
not. Yeah.
I just like that card. That just takes me back.
Dude, I love the card so much. I used to have like a foil copy of it. Apparently those are worth like infinite now. But the
like $200 or something.
Easily, right? And like especially like the foil copies. But the forest walk that you get from the Elfish Champion, it basically means all your elves are unblockable. So you can just like get in there and hit.
I did just buy a foil Might of Oaks.
Oh, from Ursula's Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was on auction. I'm like, why not? That's a cool card. I'm not gonna ever play it again, but
that's amazing. This is one of those cards,
you know. It wasn't that much. It was like $50. It wasn't that a whole lot.
When I started playing, those were one of those cards everybody wanted to have. Okay, so now
the Norod's annoying now.
It is annoying, but not too
not
much.
Really.
Yeah, because you couldn't like level the Hangerback Walker anyways because they have the Fatal Push. So now we can make it a like what is this 8? So we can make it like a 4/4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't hate that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oops. Need black mana. MTG or So Strong. Julian, shall I play Blue-Red Delver or Elves on Sunday? I think both are probably like the two best choices you can make in the meta game right now. It really doesn't make a difference. If you play the Elves list that I posted on Twitter a couple times, that has been doing really well against Delver. Whereas if you play Delver, you probably want to have a really strong plan for the mirror as well. And I can't tell you what that plan is supposed to be right now. But from my experience playing Blue-Red Delver, you really want something that deals with Uro. Oh,
that's
okay,
like their bane.
Yeah, if they get Uro down, like you're really in trouble. Like what I've been doing is I've been trying to push it back, like Pyroblast, Pyroblast, Pyroblast. But once they actually eventually stick it, it's really hard. You can like try submerging it or stuff, but you're in trouble. So, can you explain the Archon in your sideboard versus Delver? Well, you're looking at a list that's not mine then. We just like hit them with Tendrils for 4 to swing the race in our favor. I mean, we could also just wait a turn and hope to draw another spell that does something. Like right now, how does it work out? Now we take... Go to 14, they go to 11, then they take 4, they go down to 7. I guess, honestly, I shouldn't have added mana.
I would maybe wait for another 0 drop.
Yeah. I should not have added mana in the pre-combat phase, because if we go for Tendrils now, then they might even like just Fatal Push our Hangerback Walker during attack, so basically to get a fog. Because at that point they know they're gonna lose the race. So yeah, let's just like wait, and maybe we find, you know, something. So strong. So if you check out my list on Twitter, I've got 3 copies of Assassin's Trophy in the sideboard, and that helps quite a lot with Forager, but so does, you know, stuff like Choke. Okay. So in either case, I think we're gonna do everything post-combat. So we hit them again. It's kind of convenient that we are on 7, so we don't die to an attack plus bolt. So should we just like run out? So do we still have enough mana to do everything? We run out this. No, we are 1 mana short if we do it like this, but I think we want to run out the defense grid either way. That's worth it.
You wouldn't just do carpet and then... Oh, yeah.
If we do carpet and this, then we are still... Actually, what if we carpet and this, and then we hit them down to 3? And the... Yeah, that could be good enough. Basically, like, how do we get punished? We get punished if they draw, like, a bolt and have a bolt in hand. Which is not super likely. I don't hate... Like, you know what I actually
the defense grid...
kind of
the
want to run
defense
out...
grid doesn't seem like it's really...
Oh, it's decent, I think. It's just like something that makes them do something.
Decent.
Basically, like, I'm trying to imagine how do we get punished if we wait a turn. And there's few ways we actually get punished.
So, okay, yeah, let's wait then.
I'm just like thinking it's still worth it to run out the defense grid. So they are gonna be like, it's gonna be awkward for them to do anything other than fatal push. It might actually induce the fatal push at the end of... Let's actually do that, and then just like draw a 1 mana thing on 0 mana thing next turn. Just
because if they do it in response, at least we have blockers.
Oh, and they don't even do that there. Okay. Okay, now this is where we hope they don't have double bolt. But they would have played bolt end of turn if they had one of those. Or rather, response to defense grid.
Only have 1 red.
Okay, Gormagang, now we don't care. Limps, huh? So we get
just
like
double
3 mana.
Tendrils for 6.
Yeah, the thing is, they...
And they can't fatal push.
Yeah, we are in trouble though. Like right now we are not in a great spot. We cannot attack our... Like we have to attack our Hangerback Walker in either case, right? Because if we don't... Actually, do we?
I would swing first and then... Because they don't know we have the Tendrils, right?
Yeah. But we kind of telegraphed that, like, they are gonna block either way, right? Like, why would they not block? They're definitely gonna block, so we're getting, like, the 4 tokens. And then we can hit them down to 1. And then we're gonna 4 tokens. They can take out 1 of the tokens, we can chump block with 2. And then kill them unless they draw a creature. That would be a real problem if they drew a creature. They draw a creature. And we attacked. Actually makes me wonder, how do we win here? I guess we just gotta hope that they don't have a creature, because they didn't play a creature like 2 turns ago, if I remember correctly. And then they played Gormagangna. Yeah, so... I kind of don't like the idea of actually attacking into the Gormagangla, because then they're getting like free value. Just trying to figure.
And then we have more flyers to swing back the following turn.
That's the one big thing, right? The flyers. Actually, you're right. They can't draw a flyer. That's like a flyer right away. Like they can have diver, but that takes. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. So let's attack there. I was so like hung up on oh, they might draw a creature and then like we lose the race, but they really only have like, I don't know, like Brazen Borrower or something. That's probably not in the deck anymore. Okay, let's see how this goes. I mean, they're gonna block, right? Here we go. We still have enough mana to do everything we want next turn. I guess we can actually cast... Oh, yeah, okay, we definitely have enough. Because we can cast the first carpet in the first main phase just off a Bayou and then use both carpets in the second main phase, of course. Chat is asking whether we're gonna include Squirrel Storm in the deck. We might, right?
Squirrel Storm.
Here we go. So
I used to play the Deranged Hermit and stuff.
That card got super well, reasonably expensive, I guess. I just saw it on Card Market today that the price like jumped super high ever since all those extra squirrels got announced. Okay, so they fatal push this one. And then basically we need... Actually, we got it, right? Oh, we got it either way at this point. They can't cast anything and we have an attacker? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got it.
And we even got another Storm.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the carpet. Opponent has no idea what hit them. They're like, what the fuck is this deck? Okay, so one of those is gonna be green, and the other one is gonna be red, black. Start with black and green. There we go. They're like, what post-combat glimpse? What the fuck? This one's just for Storm. And here we go.
Finish him!
Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Man, those carpets, they worked really well. And the hangerback walker.
That hangerback was rad, yeah. That was cool.
Okay, bring on more drivers. We figured out the matchup.
we cracked the code.
Chat is saying this
So
deck
which
feels
stream are
like
you
it should
doing
crumble to
tomorrow?
Dava. Watching it 2-0 Dava is good. Yeah. It always feels good when you beat Dava. What are you saying?
Which stream are you? Which league are you doing tomorrow? Which stream are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're gonna record for Everyday Channel, so we're gonna be looking at a couple of cards that have been released. I try to narrow it down to just like the most important ones, but there are so many that are actually like really good. We'll end up talking about something like, I don't know, 12 cards. Oh, okay, opponent is on burn, most likely. So, if this is burn...
Turn 1 Ned Nas?
Yeah, close. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are close-ish. You wanna like try again? Or hope we draw a land? Or any mana source?
I would just keep this.
And then we can
It's
like
pretty close.
cable therapy.
Or if we just draw a creature even. Or no, never mind, that's not a that's
Yeah,
not a
there's
culling.
no cutting. I mean, if they are really on burn, because the bot says they were last seen playing burn. Should we name what's it called? Eidolon of the Great Rebel?
Yeah, Elon.
That's the one that actually hurts us if we don't draw a land.
Watch, they're like on miracles. They're like, dude,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Watch them have like 4 Eidolons here. Yeah, actually they don't have Eidolons, I guess, but still. Here we go. Okay, so they got Swift Spear, which is probably gonna be, or actually, no, probably Swift Spear. Yeah. They got quite a lot of burn in hand. We better find something soon. So here comes the Snow-Covered Mountain and probably Swift Spear, right? Yeah. Okay, next
Have
turn.
you seen any of the red decks?
Huh?
What's that?
I was gonna say next turn, so I'm calculating the burn potential next turn. And that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy moly. They're gonna have a ton of burn next turn. We better run out this one in case I draw Eidolon. And yeah. You were saying about burn or red decks or something?
Have you seen any of the red decks play the Tybalt's counter?
Oh, the one that makes you like get stuff from your deck at some point?
It's the red counter, and then they exile cards from the top, and they can play it or something.
I have not seen any decks play that yet. it's quite chaotic. I think it's more like a commander card probably. It sounds pretty good for that kind of gameplay. Okay, we knew we were gonna draw this, but I guess we can at least cable therapy them and name Fire Blast unless they don't play it in respawns. Okay, let me definitely hit Fire Blast here. We might be close to that, especially since Ad Nauseam is gonna be wacky. But maybe we can get there with glimpses. Dino Cat, hey, how's it going? T-Balt's Trickery, that's the name of the card, yeah.
Tybalt's Trickery, yeah.
They
So you think the
printed-
meta is going to be significantly different after this release?
Probably not so different, just that Delva is probably gonna be even better than it is right now. But We will have to see. They printed so much. There might be some decks or ways to play that we haven't even discovered yet. Okay, so ad nauseam from 5. Actually from... Yeah, it's from 5 because they could have another card, but we have to assume it's not one of those. Let's try. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna hurt.
So in retrospect, would you have rather mold to just try to get an auto turn 1?
No, I would still have kept. Just because we have something like I would need to run the numbers if we wanted to be like super serious about it. But I think there's like 12 cards or 13 cards that we would like draw from the top that win the game on the spot. So I'm happy to be in that spot. Okay, so we need an initial mana source either way, unless we want to be like, okay, we can just like block those. That's probably not good.
Have we already made our land drop this turn?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I guess he could go like glimpse of the Lotus Petal and then use these to draw 2 more cards, but that's not really getting us anywhere.
And then Cabal Therapy, and then we have blockers.
Yeah, but what are we drawing to? What are we trying to accomplish that way?
Yeah, I mean, they're at 20.
Yeah, the thing, no, I mean, that is like a genuine question. What are we even trying to do here? Like, we can't draw tendrils because we die to it. We can't... Like, the only thing I can see right now is drawing extra copies of Lotus Petal, of which there are only 2 left, which is... Or I guess we could draw, like, more Shield Spheres and, like, 0 mana dudes. So our glimpses are gonna be better. You know what, let's just get an extra card. Cradle, huh? Ah, and we died to Tendrils. Okay. Burn is probably, like, quite rough.
Yeah. Probably gonna have Mind Break traps.
So let's see. Where do we want to be? Do we just like want to go for a turn 1? I think that's probably like one of the best places to be with this deck.
Yeah.
Like if we are on the if we are on the draw, I
might board
maybe
in.
see Abrupt Decays just because of Eidolon.
Yeah.
But on the play, I think that's probably not worth it.
Yeah, let's just try to jam it as hard as we can.
Sounds good.
Did you really like the inclusion of the London Mulligan when they
added
that in?
I think that's one of the best.
Yeah, I loved that.
Like logistical changes. It killed so many non-games that there were like you mulligan to 5, you keep a hand that's like 1 land, and they're like and I have like a couple of 3-drops, and I hope to hit like running lands. And now you can like at least often keep 2 lands and stuff. Like I love it so much. I really love it. Okay, so how does this hand work? I think this is not good enough, right? This is like, we can't really get this into play. Yeah, let's just ship this. Okay, we got 4 mana and... this is tricky. I almost want to ship the Lotus Petal.
I'd keep this.
Yeah, I would definitely keep it. I'm just wondering whether we want to ship the Glimpse and then hope to draw like another Black Source on turn 2. Or whether we want to like keep the Glimpse and either like in the craziest scenario is shipping the Ad Nauseam. Otherwise we could ship like the Lotus Petal, or we could ship the Walker. We could even like send the but the Cradle is too good. Like you could send back like a Ornithopter because it's the worst blocker, and then go Lotus Petal, Glimpse, these 2, but then we're not gonna have as much mana.
I would try to get that the Black Source. Maybe just ship back the Glimpse.
Okay. Let's try that.
Because the Glimpse is going to be like off 3.
Yeah, we can't really make too good use. Actually, we should probably like run out one of the creatures in case they have a... Actually, should I? Yeah, we should. In case they have Goblin Guide, so we can like block the Goblin Guide.
Or Goblin, yeah.
Maybe it's better to run out the Shield Sphere now that I think about it, because they can like bolt this. On the other hand, I would think, would they really bolt this in the first place? But they might. So yeah, maybe Shield Sphere would have been better here. Oh, they actually go for it, okay. We'll just draw that ritual and just get there. Culling the Week, that's good. That's even better. Let's go for it.
This is how we do it.
Man, Culling the Week is so broken. I don't know, 1 mana, 4 mana.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And
Actually, we
cards
should add
like
mana.
20 cents.
One day it will be severely broken. Oh no, don't have
When
Mind
this
Break
deck
Trap.
makes it mainstream, the foil ones of those will be a lot.
Well, of Culling the Week? Are there like test print foils?
Wasn't that Nemesis? Which
No, this is from Exodus. So there are
it's
some test
Exodus.
prints.
Exodus.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was Nemesis.
So let's see. We're basically only looking for tendrils here, right? Yeah, there's a tendrils, and we got 1 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, and Storm is like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, we got it.
Let's just get there.
Unless they got
Mind Break Trap, I guess, but
Mind
they could
Break
have Mind
Trap.
Break
Should
Trap
we
the
try to
ad
get
nauseam.
Oh, true.
And if they really have Mind Break Trap, we can... Actually, I was gonna say we can ad nauseam next turn again, but... well, on 9 life, it might still work, who knows. Oh, come on, opponent, don't tell me... Yeah, okay. They just conceded. I was like, come on, there's no way you actually have Mind Break Trap here. So this is where we have to like decide whether we want Abrupt Decay or not, whether we are gonna kill them on the first turn or not. Because if we don't kill them on the first turn, they might get Eidolon on the second turn. Honestly, maybe
terrible.
we could like take out 2 Cable Therapies, bring in 2 Abrupt Decays. And the Stone Coil, actually, I'm not too excited about. I could see like sending this. Actually, how often have you actually killed somebody with Glimpse? Glimpse doesn't excite me too much. But maybe it's still good enough just to like get mana sources.
Yeah, I like it to go a little bit further if we need to, if we have to stop out the ad nauseam too.
Oh, that's true.
But
that's
I
true.
could take one out. Like I'd be fine taking that out.
I think I'd rather take out the Stone Coil just because I think the Stone Coil is not doing much in the matchup. Or does it have lifelink? No, it doesn't have lifelink. Let's just
Looks
try
good.
this. And now we're just gonna kill them on the first turn again. Watch them mulligan to 4. it's gonna be really awkward if they mulligan to 4 and we're like, is this Mind Break Trap? And we have a turn 1. And then we just kill them with Hangerback Walkers and stuff.
Yeah, those hangerbacks, those are fun.
I guess we gotta ship this one. It's just like, no way this is gonna be good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we have it on the first turn. There we go.
Oh, Mind Break Trap.
Yeah, well, if they got Mind Break Trap, then they earned it.
They played the game right. They read the manual.
The manual. You know, maybe that would be a good name for a YouTube channel, the Legacy Manual.
That is cool.
Here we go. Okay. Looks good. So, once again, looking for that Lotus Petal. There it is. And a way to kill them. Okay, now it's getting dicey. You can still take one more. Okay, now we're down to 5. I guess this is...
We can glimpse if
Yeah,
we got
we-
a second pedal.
You don't have a second petal. There's only 1 petal left in the entire deck. This is actually like pretty dicey. How many ad nauseams? There's 2 ad nauseams left in the deck. We can glimpse and then we draw
Well, we got
1,
plenty
2,
of
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Can we find This is awkward because we got no mana floating. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the deck wants like one more initial mana source. Like, Chrome Mox is probably like really awkward.
Chrome Mox?
Yeah, but we have so many artifacts. Like, the thing we want to imprint the most, like these extra... Maybe that's something... Maybe chat has an idea.
Well, what about like Mox Opal? Would that be too weird?
Mox Opal... Well, it could work. Actually, it could actually really work after...
So we got like 24 artifacts or 20 something with the Lotus Petals.
That could actually really work. Walk the airplane. Like, my initial thought was like 1 or 2 every Spirit Guides as well, but those are really bad with ad nauseam when you reveal them. So... I don't know, I kind of want to draw more card. Like, we probably have to take a risk, because if we draw Tendrils, that's great. We got 3 Tendrils we can draw. We got 1 more Lotus Petal we can draw, that's great. And we only die to the 2 ad nauseams left in the deck, so as long as we are on 5, I think it's better to just...
let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay, now we drew another glimpse. Now... Okay, so since we can't reveal Tendrils to ad nauseam anymore, we have to naturally draw Tendrils of Glimpse, and we have to... oh god, that's so hard.
I would petal Glimpse and just run out the creatures at this point.
Okay. I mean, we might... yeah, okay. We go. I mean, every 0 mana creature we draw also gives us redraws, so that's nice. Okay, there's the Tendrils. Now we're drawing towards the Lotus Petal. There's Lotus Petal. Oh, thank god. I think we might as well just keep drawing to maybe find anything else we need. Yeah, Cabal Therapy, basically. This one down. I mean, they would have probably like hit the ad nauseam, but since these are free draws anyway, right? Might as well go for it. Hangerback Walker gives us a trigger when it dies to make like 0 tokens.
Huh. Yeah, this is why I like keeping in more of the glimpses.
That's true. It does give us... I think we should really find a way to include more mana sources, because that also like makes the glimpse thing a lot better.
Yeah, I think we should try one opal next time.
I like that, yeah. Okay, so now we just hit them with this. Yeah, they like it. Our best life gain spell in the deck. Yeah, I think they conceded. Whenever like Magic Online freezes up, yeah, they concede. Sweet. 2-0 start.
Great start.
Flawless victory!
I think if we add Mox Opal, that's gonna quadruple the price of the deck. Actually, how much is Mox Opal right now? Oh no,
I think it's fairly cheap.
Yeah, it's actually, like, the cheapest one on Magic Online is like 3.4 ticks. I thought it like used to be super expensive.
And in paper, they're only like 30 or 40, but they'd reprint in double masters, and that knocked it down quite a bit.
Oh, quite a lot then, yeah.
Are they doing a triple masters this summer?
I mean, yesterday I would have said no, but now that they've printed like Shrine to the Goyf and all that crazy stuff, who knows? Maybe they're gonna print playset masters.
Playset masters, $2,000 a pack.
Walked Airplane is asking whether there's like a text version of this list. You know what I can actually do? There is not a text version available of this list, but just for you, I'm actually going to upload it to my web space, and I'm going to post a link in chat.
This is a fun deck, guys. If this is the first time you've seen it. It's been going like 2-3 on average in our leagues. I think we might have got a 3-2 with it.
I'm pretty sure we got
like,
a 3-2 at some point, yeah.
But this might be the day.
So how is this gonna work? You actually have a better eye for like how these opening hands work. Let's see. This, like, my first thing is it doesn't excite me. 1, 2, 5. We can make like a 2-2 hangerback walk on the first turn and basically commit almost our entire hand to it.
I mean, we're really just banking on next turn drawn it ad nauseum.
Is that good enough, or do we want to ship it?
I'd ship it.
Yeah, me too. I thought I had the deck list somewhere here. Down desktop. Oh, there it is, NBC Cheerios. Sorry, this file is not permitted for security reasons. What? Doesn't my web space thing doesn't allow me to upload a .deck list. Okay. This is also pretty bad, right?
I'd ship this too.
Yeah, let's just go for turn 1. Oh yeah, this is bad too. I think at this point
we can still do it off 4.
But can we do it off these 4? I think I would ship this.
Yeah.
And then basically keep like... Phew. Lotus Petal, Cutting the Weak Ornithopter. Because that's 4 mana, and then if we draw like Runner, then we can get there. That way I'm gonna... List, export... I'm gonna export it as a TXT file. I hope it likes TXT. Let's keep this and send these back. And then just pass.
Sometimes we get these hands.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the deal, right?
Yeah. It's the gamble.
Let's see what the opponent's playing. Ponder. Oh, that could be right about everything. Okay, so here's the link to, if you want to download the deck list as a TXT file, there it is. One shuffles. Could be another Delver.
If we win this,
well, that's gonna be
I'm
rough.
gonna be very surprised.
Like, I know somebody else is really surprised right now, and that's our opponent. What do you even take here? Probably Glimpse.
Or even the pedal.
Yeah, maybe that. Actually, you probably want to take the Culling the Weak, because that represents the most mana. But okay. They're probably like on some kind of Storm deck, I would think. Oh, okay, there goes that idea. Okay. Maybe at some point we can just like literally natural tendrils them, like play a bunch of 0 drops and then Lotus Petal Cutting the Big Tendrils. I guess the highest we can go on that is like 16. Let's see. They might probably like just hit the Cutting the Weak because they know what's up. Or do they? Oh, they have another Thoughtseize? Okay.
Anything can happen.
That takes them down to 16.
We are winning.
I like your optimism. Our glass is half full. They're like, all of this sucks, what should I take? You should really take like one of these two.
It's half full with cyanide.
Okay, that's dark. Delver with Thoughtseize, I haven't seen that in a while. One if they play like Tombstalker and stuff. I mean, it's probably just gonna be some kind of Uro deck, but yeah. I think we shouldn't even play this because it can get wastelanded.
Hold it.
Abrupt Decay. You got the best
That
card
thing's
against
opened
Abrupt
up.
Decay. We just like culling the weak.
Oh yeah. Have things opened up over there?
In Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot actually. Especially over the last like 1 or 2 weeks, it's gotten so much better. Like so much better. I'm actually going to the beer garden with 2 friends of mine on Sunday, and that wouldn't have been possible for like a long time lately. So I'm still not vaccinated, and I'm also not even like on the list to be vaccinated. So I hope that's gonna come up at some point in the near like future. But at least the numbers have gone down insanely much, and I hope it's gonna stay like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we must see. So I guess we're just gonna play out these just to get some kind of whoops. I'm so used to tapping these for green to see how they're gonna respond, whether we can get any kind of extra information out of them, but we probably won't. Okay, I guess we know they play Force of Negation and Brainstorm. Actually, technically we can even... No, we can't survive because they replicate the Ornithopter. At least they should. Yeah, they're gonna do that. So, how's California doing? I hear like the states are doing a lot better on vaccination rates, right?
Yeah, I think nationwide we're like 30% vaccinated, but California does have a lot. At least almost everyone I know has gotten their vaccine.
Awesome.
And everything is opening up. Like they're starting to have shows in certain places. I mean, I guess I haven't checked if there were like big shows, but I know like I think all the sporting events actually are going on. So
with an audience as well?
Yeah, I think they might make them wear masks, but I got to double check because recently they were saying that if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask indoors. So I would imagine at a big sporting event, unless it's just the league wanting to minimize their what's it called, liability, maybe they still. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some big shows. See some live music.
We're just gonna send these out. I think that's pretty much the same what we did last time, like the 2 glimpses, 2 cable therapies. Actually, didn't we like keep 3 cable therapies? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, and I'd keep at least another cable therapy.
Yeah, then I guess we're just gonna send back one of those. See how that goes. Yeah, it's gonna be so interesting, right? Because for almost like 1.5 years, at least over here, things have been so much different than anything we've ever known before. And now that you actually like get to appreciate a lot of things that you basically took for granted without even thinking about it, like going to the beer garden this Sunday, man, this almost feels like, I don't want to say like a new life, that's way too deep, but it feels good. It feels good.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh man, we had like a really important football or soccer, I guess you guys would say, match in Germany, and that's 2-legged, so they play home and away. And after the home game, they interviewed the captain of the losing team, and they asked all these questions. How do you feel? Do you feel empty inside? Yada yada, like all these pointless questions. And he was just like, "You're so good at asking stupid questions. I have no answer for you. Give me another one." And they were like, "Okay, I got another stupid question." He's like,
they actually told him that?
Yeah. And he was like, "I have no answer for that. Sorry." It's so true, because like it's always the same stupid questions. Like once you've like lost a big first leg of a two-legged match, like you're not empty inside. You're just like, fuck. I mean, that's how you feel.
Yeah, you're like, damn, we didn't get it.
Yeah, like you feel empty.
You don't go question your life. You go home and sit down and think about your future.
Yeah, I mean, he should actually say that. It's like, I'm reconsidering everything. Maybe I'm gonna give up my kids for adoption. Like, I'm not good enough. Like, whoa, dude. It's like, yeah, that's not what I think, but what do you want to hear?
What'll sell? What'll get the most ratings?
I think we're gonna send this one back, right? As much as I love carpet, this is like zero plan. Like, it doesn't even have a walker. This one is good. I just gotta figure out how and in what ways it is good. So I guess we play Lotus Petal, Carpet of Flowers in the first turn, right? Or
yeah. If it trades for force, then so
that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's not bad.
I'm just trying to figure out what we sent back. Maybe the Cradle, and then turn 2 I just hate that we miss a land drop if we send back the Cradle. Maybe the Culling the Week and...
I really love the hanger back, but
opponent is asking whether we mana a lot with this deck. I'm telling him, yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would probably... I hate sending back Cradle.
Yeah, I want to make the land drop.
So maybe just the hanger back.
Really?
And
Okay.
hope we draw.
I just like the idea of like running out hanger back and growing it and growing it and growing it, because post-board, maybe they're not gonna have removal for it. I mean, they're probably not gonna have Abrupt Decay anymore, and then there's only so many things.
What if we just send back...
I would send back Cutting the Week, honestly, because we're probably gonna have enough mana very soon.
Okay, let's try that.
Or
If
does
the Carbate can stick, that'll be nice.
Actually, now that you say that, do we have enough mana to next turn go like Hangerback Walker and Culling and kill them? Probably not. Next turn we're gonna have 1, 2 mana, 3-ish. Yeah, let's just send back Culling. I was saying they never played against this deck. It's like, yeah. There's probably a couple of people out there who feel that way. Oh, they forced it. Okay. At least you got the 2 for 1.
That was a good Cabal Therapy.
Hmm? Oh, Thoughtseize? Ugh. Okay, at least we kept the Hangerback Walker then. We have a plan now, even though it's gonna take a while to unfold. Oh, okay, they let us keep the Ad Nauseam. That's actually smart. Whew, we're close. You know what would be really sweet? A 0 mana creature that you can sacrifice for 1 mana. I mean, it doesn't exist, but
Oh,
that
would be cool.
You know what we could play in this deck? Blood Pet. You know Blood Pet?
Oh yeah. Blood
It's-
Pet. Might be that might be a thing.
I didn't really give it too much thought. It just like came up in my mind's eye. Just like was seeing Blood Pet in front of me and how I used to make fun of the card back in school. Oh,
I
they got
used that
this.
card all the time.
Oh, you did?
Back in the day, yeah, my black decks.
Okay, so now we got 4 mana. Man, if we can like survive for a little longer, we might even get to Ad Nauseam with Weight of Summer.
Promising.
You know what we might do at some point? We might just like lead with the Veil of Summer if we get to a point where our life total is like dangerously low, and then see them counter the Veil of Summer and then go off with Ad Nauseam the following turn. Oh, double Ad Nauseam. That's not what we want. We're close. Like I'd even like draw a Phyrexian Walker here just so we can start blocking this. Oh, Thoughtseize. Well, actually, we have something to say about that. Baju. Please don't counter this. Okay. We can Ad Nauseam. I'm just trying to think, do we Ad Nauseam on their end of turn, or do we Ad Nauseam on our turn to play around days? Whereas if we Ad Nauseam on their turn, we play around Force of Negation.
Negation.
I'm not sure they actually have days. Yeah. Chat wants us to do it now, I think.
I would do end step.
Yeah, let's do it end step. Oh, I'm stupid. Of course we do it end step because nothing can be countered because we resolved Veil of Summer. There was something.
I totally just forgot about that too.
Me too.
That was cool.
It's like, decisions. Oops. Oh, almost killed ourselves here. I didn't expect the 5. Okay, so do we have an... Actually, no, we don't have enough next turn. Oh, dude, this is once again dicey. We got a couple more creatures for a couple redraws, and by a couple I mean literally 2. Man. How many 2s do we have in the deck? Probably some.
Oh wait, we got green mana. Yeah, we can still draw some.
Actually, that's not too much. We got 2 tendrils, and I think one ad nauseam left in the deck that kills us. Nauseam.
Yeah, let's go a bit more.
Let's go deeper. Okay. Lotus Petal, So now we draw 3. I kind of...
So what do we...
Another glimpse.
Need now?
Another glimpse is basically what we need. That would be really good. Down to 1. Okay, we can't reveal at 1. Okay. we can't take your time. We can't really ad nauseam next turn because we don't have the life for it. But I think at this point, oh, this is actually interesting because we want to glimpse, but they might be able to force it. But then again, would they maybe have forced the Veil? Because like what I'm thinking about right now is we can run out. Yeah, I think that's actually what we want to do.
So we have green mana?
No, I was gonna say we can actually like have 2 green mana available. But yeah, I think this is, oops. Yeah, we basically, the moment we cast Glimpse, we want to have another green mana available. But I also didn't want to play a land because maybe we want to double Cradle, but that's probably not happening. Okay. Oh, I'm so stupid. We lose to this. Oh, I totally forgot about that shit. Oh, yeah. I guess then in that case, does this target? No, it doesn't target, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy too.
Yeah.
Well, we needed to draw further, right? Because we needed the.
Yeah, we could have stopped, but I think we wouldn't have gotten there on the glimpse. I'm curious to see how deep we would have gotten. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, 4. But that's already these. Yeah, I guess we wouldn't have gotten there anyway. Where's my... I almost forgot where my lost button is. Oh man. Best new bear in Legacy. The Drain Bear.
There are some games when I know I don't have it, I just kill myself off the ad nauseam. I'm like, you don't get the satisfaction.
You just like take your entire deck, you put it in your hand, and you write down I'm at like minus 60 or something. That's how I used to do it in Modern when I played the ad nauseam Interest Grace deck.
That's also when you put on the good game hat and then just walk off.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. And then we can like make a 2/2 Hangerback Walker on the first turn if you want to. I think we just ship it, right? Or do you see anything in the hand that I'm not seeing?
No, I would ship it.
Okay. Well, this is good enough on the first turn, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I guess we could, you know, we could wait a turn and Cabot Therapy for Farcifer. Or do you want to go all in right away?
I would do the Cabal Therapy first turn.
Okay, cool. Force of Will. Looks like they had it, and now they got nothing. Well, they have Brainstorm, so they could find something, but this is pretty good. Oh my god, look at this disaster of like frames like this. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's absurd. I do like that that art of Brainstorm.
Brainstorm, this one? You mean the art itself or like the style?
The Double Masters.
Yeah, the art is definitely one of the better Brainstorms. I like this island.
And the foil version looks really cool.
This island makes me want to play like an MMORPG that's set on this island. I don't know like which character I would play, but I wanna run around on that island and like do quests and stuff.
Oh yeah. Find the goblet.
Okay, so they did not shuffle, but I mean, I mean, we gotta go for it, right? I mean, technically we don't have to go for it, but...
I think the longer we wait, just the worse off we're going to be, unless we can get another Cabal Therapy.
Another Cabal Therapy or any 0 mana creature, because we can flashback, but I'm not excited about like waiting.
What if we call in the week and then flashback on the way to the graveyard?
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
The sweet tricks from playing back in school. I will sacrifice your creature. Oh god.
Your 10/10 gone.
They have Force of Negation. I was wondering whether we should do it on the upkeep. But then again, like if they have like, well, probably not Flusterstorm or anything. Okay, that's Culling the Week. Oh, I just realized this is why they have 2 of those in hand, because Magic Online shows like these split these adventure cards as 2 different cards. They pitch Chase, so that one's gone as well. Oh. 1/1 hanger back. It's probably better than nothing. Oh, yeah, actually we should definitely get it out. Just so we can actually turn on the Culling the Week. So if next, like, assume they got nothing, which is probably like our best case. Oh well, there goes the swords. Exactly, yeah. But now we're going down to 11, and we're if we ever draw Ad Nauseam, it's gonna be from at least 7. And now it's gonna be from at least 3, so yeah, this is pretty much over. Okay, but now we can like do our thing where we kill them slowly with multiple tendrils. Can we see the list, please? You can see it in Cardboard Live, so it should be like somewhere over here in the Cardboard Live extension. You can also type deck. That's gonna give you the list, or it should at least. Yeah, there it is. You can click that link to see the list, and you can also see it on screen right now. So, bunch of stuff. I wonder whether we want Abrupt Decays, but that's probably too much. I'm just like, since they seem to be playing Blue, White, Red, they could have Hate Bears. Got the wrong list in there. I put the correct list in there, but it didn't load it, I guess. Otherwise, you can also just like click link. Let me check which one's there. It's probably the wrong one then. Yeah, it still has Lone Pox in there. Let's check, yeah. Gonna have 5 this again. It should work now, but you never know with Cardboard Live. Okay, so I'm not too sure about the Abrupt Decays. It's gonna be awkward if they get
like maybe Thalia or
well, not Thalia, not in this deck, but Meddling Mage probably, or either like,
or Meddling.
Yeah, Meddling Mage is probably the most likely. So let's take out like a couple of these. And definitely a couple of these. Oh. God, we still have to take out a lot of things. Probably glimpses, honestly.
Couple glimpses.
Yeah. Then another one of these. Like our spheres and stuff, they're really only gonna be there for Culling the Week and Cable Therapy flashbacks. I think we're not gonna be doing much in this game. Like, the problem with glimpses, we glimpse and then we draw 4 cards, but that doesn't really get us anywhere because
like I would even take out another glimpse. Yeah.
Yeah, let's ship that. The best thing about glimpses is that opponents might force it because they're scared of it, but it's actually not that good. I just want to get to a point where we go like tendrils with infinite Carpet of Flower mana. I don't hate it, but I'm also not excited for it. Like right now, this hand doesn't do much. I guess we could draw Culling the Week. Actually, Culling the Week or Dark Ritual is pretty good. So I could see keeping it.
I hate having no no like veils or anything.
Protection. Well, our protection is that we, yeah. They're probably gonna, yeah. Actually, let's do that. You're right. Yeah, defense is just like, defense grid's so much better to have. We still gotta find a land though. Like, double defense grid is really, really good. It's just the rest of the hand has almost no plan at all. Opponent keeps 7. Should we just like ship it back again and try to make up for the card disadvantage with tempo by maybe, you know, finding carpet? I think that's probably the best place to be. Okay. Now this is something. How many cards do we get to keep? We keep 5 cards. I think I would ship Glimpse and Phyrexian Walker. Or maybe Swamp. And then keep the Glimpse, but I'm not sure. I think these 4...
Do you think they had They didn't have Wastelands, right?
No. This is blue, white, red control. There's almost no chance of a Wasteland.
Okay. And I'd say put back the Swamp.
Okay, and then keep the Glimpse?
And keep the Glimpse, and then we could turn 1 carpet.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Maybe turn 2 Glimpse for a couple cards, and then have the decay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess Glimpse we won't be casting for like many turns, but eventually, you know, if the idea is that the game goes long.
We put back the Walker.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure if there's anything you really want to cable therapy there. I mean, there's a good chance they have Force of Will in hand, and we could take Force of Will out of their hand right away. But since we are like not gonna do anything with it for like quite a while, there's no point in doing it. Like we can basically wait until like turn 7 and then hit Force of Will, and then they will just like Force of Will the cable therapy. Basically, I'm saying like there's no reason to use the cable therapy.
Yeah, I would wait.
Unless there's something we wanna hit that's not Force of Will. You know, any like good like 2-drop or 3-drop or 4-drop. But that threats not so much. Like I'm not concerned about them killing us.
The hate bears.
Yeah, something like that. But I can't really imagine too many that I'd really want to name here when we have like our abrupt decay ready. So if this is like Melding Mage, which could be. Oh, it's blue and something. Oh, there's Melding Mage. Okay. They could next level us and name abrupt decay now. And then play a second one on Tendrils. They name ad nauseam. Okay. He can still easily beat that. Yeah, this... Oh, they fetch Plateau. So smart. That gonna be Planeswalker? Oh, Narset? Okay. Okay, I guess now we could actually cable therapy. Yeah, you know what? We should probably like cable therapy the Ponder, since we know about it. And then if they have anything else we want to take, we can always do that. There's actually a real chance they just like Force of Will this. Yeah, even Force of Negation. Pitch Ponder. Okay, so the Ponder is gone. And then we just wait again. It really feels like one of those double Tendrils games if we actually end up winning this. It's gonna be rough though. Okay, Brainstorm we're probably not.
So are we just saving the decay in case they actually play it, a mage on
anything that matters? Because this is our only decay that we have, and we are not even sure if we want to hit this. Because like one of the most common game plans that we're probably gonna have is Tendrils, and this doesn't stop it. But if we use this on Meddling Mage, and then we draw like, and then they like get another, then we're in trouble. Basically, that's the idea at least. Actually, we can't cut 1, 2. We got our first Tendrils, I guess. That's a start. Okay, that helps. We're gonna have so much mana. What does NBC stand for? No bad cards. That's like a way to name legacy decks when... It's like a deck building principle. It was usually applied to like Delver decks where you cut like all the situational bad cards, like quote unquote bad cards, but mostly like cards that are very situational. And you just put in cards that will always be good at any point in the game. And this is what we're doing, because Cheerios used to be a deck, or kind of still is a deck, where you go like Glimpse, and then you play a bunch of 0-drops, and then you kill the opponent some way. But since we also have like that other plan with Ad Nauseam and Tendrils, we improved the deck, and that's why it's called No Bad Cards Cheerios. Unless somebody comes along and starts naming it, you know, Team Albania or something. Like we've had like really weird deck names in Legacy.
Team Albania.
I don't know. I tried to make F's Team Kenya when I played like red in the deck, because then it's got like the colors of Kenya, like black, green, and red. But that's
was that the Ruriktar?
Yeah, exactly.
Version.
But then people started calling it Team Afghanistan, and because those are the same colors. I don't know. Okay, dude. So we are close. How much mana is that gonna be? Is this an island? This is an island. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna get 8 mana, 9 mana. So Storm 1, Storm 2, Storm 3, Storm 4-ish. Then 5 and 6, that's 11, that's lethal. I think, like, technically we could wait a turn, but we are dead if they draw, you know, that's like 6. Actually, there's not many things that actually kill us here if we wait a turn. Huh.
To you, I'd go either way.
I just want them... You know what we can actually do? We can just like Abrupt Decay. Oh no, wait, if we Abrupt Decay this, we take 2 damage. We can Abrupt Decay this and wait a turn. I don't hate that.
Do that.
Or, you know, maybe we just like have enough in the first place anyway. Just like... Probably not though. Yeah, let's just wait a turn. Okay, hit us. Oh no. Oh no, double bolt, really? Please don't do that. Oh, Snapcast. Oh no, fuck it. Oh, they have Bubble Bolt. We haven't seen Bolt old matches. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, you should have done it. Oh, man.
Abrupt Decaying Narsa could bait a counterspell on Glimpse. What? No. Oh, I see what you're saying, but I think that's not happening. Yeah.
I was thinking you were gonna Abrupt Decay the giant.
No, but then we take 2 damage of that. That's kinda... Oh no, I clicked the wrong button, by the way. We lost, we didn't win.
Flawless victory!
How do I decrease the number of wins on this? Oops. So if we hit the giant, we take two fewer points of damage on the next turn, but we take 2 more on our turn because it has that triggered ability that whenever you target it. Okay, so how do I... This... Oh, that doesn't work. Anyway, okay, so I guess I can reset the wins here and then manually add 2. Yeah, that works. Oh, we haven't seen bolts in the first game. We weren't sure if they were even gonna have bolts in the second game. Oh, that hurts. So technically, I wish we could go back and see how that would have played out. Because I always think about, like, how do we get punished? How do we get punished? Can we, like, get more greedy, like, more greed? How do we get punished? And I was like, oh, okay, we can't get punished there, but I think that, honestly, unless they had something super crazy, I think it would have worked out. The good thing is, the plan, the way we thought about it, would have worked, right? The double Tendrils plan. Oh, we're playing against the Epic Storm now?
I mean...
Yeah, we should have definitely gone for that. Anyway, so this is Tony's Scaponi. Tony always plays like Storm. I think we gotta ship this, right? That's just like no. This is really Storm. We probably just want to go for it on the first. Oh, we're so close. 4 mana. Ruby Storm. Is this really gonna be a Ruby Storm? If this is Ruby Storm, we probably we can easily get to a second turn because Ruby Storm doesn't really do anything on the first turn. Like Ruby Storm just gets the Ruby Medallion down, and then that's pretty much it. In that case, I think we just keep this, right?
Yeah, so let's try it.
And I guess send back the Ad Nauseam.
Yeah.
This is really gonna be Ruby Storm. Did you guys lie to us? This is okay. This is actually Ruby Storm. Okay, Ruby. Don't have that kind of draw where Ruby Storm actually kills you on the first turn. That's just like never happens. Mana source, mana source. Oh yeah, that's a pretty decent mana source. We can actually preserve the petal if I see it right. We can like run this one out.
Yeah, we can hold the pedal.
And go like this. And here we go. Who's the better Storm deck now? Well, actually, it's still sometimes tight, but we have the initial mana source at this point, so we should be good. There's a Tendrils. No, all we're looking for is just like some more mana. Okay. Some more mana, please. Oh, fuck. Oh, we're down to 5. I jinxed it. Can't believe we didn't draw any more mana. I guess we can draw...
How many Ad Nauseams are left?
3. No, 2. But actually, one
and
is
we
on the
didn't
bottom.
shuffle because one's on the bottom, yeah.
So there's 2 left. We could also go Glimpse and draw 1, 2... Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. And in those 7 cards, we need either 1 Dark Ritual or 1 Culling the Week. And every 0 drop is a redraw.
That.
I think we just like
let's do that.
Dark Ritual into Glimpse. Here we go. Okay, there's a Dark Ritual. That's already like, let's just like run the rest out. Ooh, there was a Ad Nauseam second from the top, but I guess we wouldn't have gone there anyway. Okay. And we hit them. That's enough? Yeah, that's enough. There's no life game in that deck. Wait, the opponent already conceded before they saw... Oh, they saw the Tendrils from the reveal. Okay, makes sense. So, Ruby Storm. How do we actually interact with that deck in the first place? Like, maybe the Graveyard, I'm not sure if it's worth it. Because they sometimes, you know, have these Past and Flame hands. Defense grid, no. Like, technically, Abrupt Decay is not horrible against them because they really rely on their cheapener things, like the Ruby Medallions. And I think there's another one. Oh, what's it called? Birgi. That creature that gives you like 1 mana whenever you cast something. I think the thing to evaluate against that is Caber Therapy, because it's really awkward to find something we actually want to discard out of their hand.
So just swap 3 therapies for the decays?
I'm thinking, right? It could be a... yeah. Because I'm trying to think whether Surgical is worth it, and I'm trying to get myself into Surgical, but I think it's just not worth it. There's really nothing else that stands out. Stone Coil maybe. Like Stone Coil really doesn't do anything. I think we can easily like remove one Stone Coil and at least get one Cable Therapy. Like it doesn't do much in the matchup, but it does more than Stone Coil because the matchup is gonna be over by like turn 2 or 3 most of the time. Whereas Hangerback Walker, at least, you know, you can like if they go for like goblins, you can at least like block, and then you block a whole lot more. So let's see how that works.
Let's try that.
And I have no idea what Ruby Storm has in the sideboard. I guess we will eventually find out.
I have to check it out right now because I haven't seen that for... I don't know their whole list.
They play stuff like... I'm so bad with the names of those cards. Bonus Round. And then like Act of Impulse. Or Act of Aggression or something. Where you like you look at the top 3 cards and you can play them until the end of turn. But they usually like they go off on like turn 3-ish. They can do 2. Technically 1 is possible, but that never happens. This hand, no Ad Nauseam, no dice, I think. Doesn't really like do anything. Like we can draw like 2 cards, but that's just like not good.
Yeah, send it. I'd send it.
Okay. We can like keep this and then draw one of our 7 remaining rituals and win. And just like either send back Abrupt Decay or probably like send back Abrupt Decay. Or actually maybe send back Ad Nauseam because we are only ever gonna... I'm almost thinking...
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I'm almost thinking...
Let's put the Ad Naus.
Yeah. If we keep the Ad Nauseam, that's one fewer Ad Nauseam that we can actually reveal.
I thought about that last game for a second.
Oh, it's something I've actually never thought about, but now that you mention it, like it's a really, really good point. Whoa, what's going on there? Okay, we're getting a new hand anyway. Does anybody know what Chesscast Will is? Because I saw that for like a second. Oh, that's actually a card? Okay. You control a commander as you cast a spell. No, that's not happening. Add 1 red for... Oh, okay, so they get basically like a bunch of mana for 3. F4, yeah. Well, we get there if we draw Ad Nauseam on the next turn. Assuming they just... Okay, never mind. That's pretty good. Okay, we still get there if we draw Ad Nauseam. Like, a lot of times this deck just makes, you know, goblin tokens, but a lot of times they also just, like, kill us straight up with Grape Shot. Man, this is fast. Oh, and this is the one where you can discard a card, and then you exile the top 2 cards of your library and you play those discard, yeah. But that's really expensive, that's 5 mana. So they can play like all of this, but they have no cheapener effect. Well, they have Ruby Medallion now if they want to cast that. Oh, this is cool. So because you exiled the cards with the horn, and they have LED, they can just like use LED as a Black Lotus because the cards are in exile. Yeah, this is we are in trouble. They have so much mana because even the Chesscast World is gonna give them like 7 mana for well, if they use the Ruby, yeah. Oh, they didn't even cast the Ruby Medallion? What? Yeah, this is probably good enough to Grape Shot us. Or is it one shot? No, it's exactly Grape Shot.
Right.
Exactly Grape Shot. Sweet.
That was cool.
That was really cool, yeah. They actually killed us on the first turn. Didn't I just like mention that rarely happens with the stack? Well, yeah. It does happen sometimes.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
On the play, honestly, I think the idea is that we never ever need to abrupt decay anything, like ever. Because we are just gonna be too fast. So at that point, I'd even rather have this one because it's gonna make our Ad Nauseams better, and it's also like got that synergy with Glimpse, so we can like draw the extra card of the Stone Coil. Like if we ever get to abrupt decay something, I think doesn't really strike me as where I wanna be with the deck right now. I think we just like go full speed. Just
What
like
about
they
bringing
did.
in some surgicals? What if we bring in some surgicals?
But what do we target and what do we take out? That's basically like the surgicals are like super corner case because sometimes they go for something Past in Flames related, but it's very, very niche. It's not very common. And we could bring it in because there is some kind of like part of the decision tree, of the probability tree that we cover that way. But of course, by taking something out, we're also like having some branches of our decision
Taking
or of
our
our
machine
probability.
apart.
Yeah, exactly. That there's like some branches of the odds that we just like cut off and we're like, okay, we don't win there. And I think we're hurting ourselves more by cutting something for surgical than keeping anything, because that is really just
so
like
just stock list then.
Yeah, pretty much. Because the Ruby Storm is really like the ultimate how do you say that? Critical mass deck. They don't have that centralized engine. They're just like bunch of stuff that makes your stuff cheaper, bunch of card draw, bunch of rituals. There's nothing where you say, hey, I hit this and that's really good for me, except for, I guess, Burning Wish. But that's not what we're doing here.
Do they have any in main deck? Or
They
do they always wish for it?
They win conditions. They don't really have any in the main deck as far as I know. But I think it's probably not worth it to try to go that route, because then we need to blind hit a Burning Wish on the first turn, or maybe second turn, and otherwise we wasted 2 cards. We wasted the Cable Therapy and we wasted a surgical. It's
No, I'm saying, do they play any grape shots in main deck, or is that only a wish target?
Usually it's a wish target. Okay, all of these hands are not good.
Doing it.
We're down to 5. We can still do it on 4 because, like I said, it's uncommon that they kill you on the first turn. So I think we need to keep a hand that has Ad Nauseam and at least, like a Dark Ritual in hand or something. Oh, the other side is streamed as well. Okay, I had no idea. This is a 4.
Oh,
I think you just go to 3, right?
I know what that'll be rough. Maybe they'll Echo Vions and whiff.
I think that's our best bet almost. I think we just have to find the Ad Nauseam. Oh, no Ad Nauseam. Metzrus, you say this looks good enough. The problem is our 4 was already a mulligan to 3. Because we have to go Lotus Petal, Glimpse, and then draw 3 cards. It's so awkward. Can we go to... This is... Like, literally none of the cards in our hand are part of our game plan, which is Ad Nauseam and like, rituals.
I think we just kind of hope they echo.
Okay, we found something that's actually like really good. This is basically the best hand we've had thus far. We have Lotus Petal and Dark Ritual. I think if we actually run out the Lotus Petal. Honestly though, will they really echo if we have like 1 card in hand? I mean, Tony is crazy, but not that crazy. Just 42. Just draw good
Isn't that
cards.
like
We're
a
trying.
crucial part of their... Isn't the echo pretty crucial for their...
No,
their
they can
engine?
usually do it without. It's just like something they can do to get even more cards. But the deck really is just get something in play that makes your spells 1 mana cheaper. And then you play stuff like Mana Morphose, which like at that point is actually a ritual that draws a card. And all these other things that's like exile the top 4 cards. You may play them until end of turn. Add 1 mana for every card in your opponent's hand, which funny enough doesn't work very well against us now. Because we only have 1 card in hand. So
But it's the best.
It's one of the best. Like if we draw like runner here, we're surprisingly still in the game, and they only have like 3 cards left. They went all in on the Strandman Bergie. This is one of those things that makes their stuff cheaper, or not technically, but practically. because they get 1 mana for everything. The funny thing is, like, the 0 mana stuff, which usually doesn't benefit from becoming cheaper, benefits with Bergie, because now Lion's Diamond actually adds a mana. It's like -1 mana. There's Burning Wish. You know what they might do? They might just like straight up empty the Warrens as here and hope that's gonna be good enough. Or they have something in the sideboard that draws 7 or something. Gonna be an interesting decision actually to be made. Like, what if they're empty here? It's like... Oh, Echo of Eons. Okay, they're going for it. So we have a chance. You know what we might actually do? But it's not really doing anything. We can probably like just cast Dark Ritual here.
Could ritual into Ad Nauseam.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't kill them on their turn, right? But it's still like better than nothing. Okay, we can actually ritual into... Well, we can't cast Ad Nauseam. But we can ritual into Ad Nauseam. I like that. It's kind of cool. You can also just go for it on our turn, I guess. It's actually really awkward if they do a draw 7 again, and that's actually really awkward. Maybe we shouldn't do it, honestly. Because if they move to second main at some point, if they've made like perfect use of their mana, so they can use the second main and then keep going, and we on the first main go Dark Ritual Ad Nauseam, then we're gonna have like, I don't know, 25 cards in hand. And then they go for some kind of echo effect again. And then we're down on life, but still only have 7 cards in hand. So I think in that case we actually shouldn't. Just hope they pass here and then we try to kill them on their turn. But they got a pretty high likelihood of getting there. See, this is one of those cards that really makes the deck work. Like 3 mana, exile the top 3 cards of your library, you may play them this turn, and with Bergie this is basically like 2 mana for that kind of effect. It's basically 2 mana, draw 3. There's an Echo of Eons. And Ignite the Future, what's that? So top 3 cards of your library at the end of turn. Of your next turn, you may play those cards. Okay. Without paying the mana cost, what? Oh, if it's played from a graveyard. For 8 mana. They can't do it though. At this point I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm actually not gonna have 6. If they try to kill us, we're gonna Ad Nauseam in response just because we can. I think they pretty much got it.
And then we take the kill away from them.
Pretty much, yeah. They have Burning Wish already exiled that they can cast. So if they can just like make enough storm, they can get there. They might actually go for the Ignite the Future from the graveyard for the flashback. Or they're just gonna cast another Bergie. Oh, they actually go for the flashback Ignite the Future, that's so cool. They can cast all of these spells for free now. Reforge the Soul, ugh. You need 1 Flusterstorm on the sideboard for board states like this. I think we would still lose though, but it's cool. Okay.
Take the kill away from him.
Let's do it. We're like, no, we are gonna combo. Opponent can't do anything about it. If we draw like 2 more rituals, we can actually ad nauseam again. Okay, we're down to a lot. Cutting the weak, cutting the weak. Okay, there's 1 ritual. Oh no, I can't see the cards anymore. There's another ritual. Okay, we're gonna go into another ad nauseam just because we can. Here we go. They're gonna be scared shitless. Who's got the most mana? Oh, and we killed us. That's probably a Tendrils, yeah. GG's. I like this.
Nice. That's the way to lose in style.
Yeah. We comboed off twice, but we just couldn't get there. Well, that was the mulligan to 2, by the way. That was pretty respectable for a mulligan to 2.
I wonder if there's a way to instant. Is there any way we can get some sort of instant win?
So I mean, the easy option would be like Quicken, but that's a blue card, of course. And we need like instant ways to make blue mana, which also is like super hard, honestly. So I'm not sure whether there's any way in our colors. There's probably like some way that's just like not worth it. Sometimes black has like really... I'm pretty sure like black has one of those spells where you can like drain them for as many cards as you discard, but we're probably not even like gonna be able to make that work most of the time. But yeah, there's ways.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, so 2 and 3, we could have definitely easily gotten to 3 and 2 had we gone for the kill against the blue-white-red control deck. So we lost against that one, we got that one against Tony right now, and we lost, oh yeah, Burn. But I think didn't we beat Delvar twice? Pretty sure Sickening Dreams, that's the one that comes to mind.
Twice.
That was basically the idea, right? Behind 4 carpets. Makes the world so much harder for Delvar. I'm pretty,
that was good.
Pretty happy with the way the deck looks like right now.